Hi, welcome, this is Rich. Welcome to another one of my how-to wall docking videos. Today we're at the house of Dan Boardman. He's my landlord. We're in his family room. He's done a remodel. He's taken some walls out, moved some things around. We're going to do a hand swirl texture on his walls today with some sand in it. Follow along and hope you enjoy the video. Call me anytime. Okay, here's a little project we're going to do today. We're going to do some hand swirl texture in the room. Take it around. We're going to take it up this stairwell. There's some old texture on the walls right now. So what I'm going to do is bring that texture line that you can see right there. I'm going to bring that down and blend it in and work with the ceilings. Some old soffits, and here's some new drywall. So we're going to make the new drywall look like the one over to the left that I just showed you. Pitch it around. And there's another new drywall where a closet or something used to be at one time. So we'll blend those in from corner to corner and see how it goes, get set up and get going. And that's Dan the landlord, Dan Boardman, homeowner. We're going to be doing this project. He's going to work side by side and learn how to do this stuff. So we got the room prepped out. Everything's masked off. He had a wooden sill. The windows are tightly masked. Sills in the base are all set. All set. And here we've got a few tools of the trade that we're going to be using today to actually create the hand swirl finish. I'm going to use an old bristle, a synthetic bristle brush. About a 7-inch fan will create a real nice swirl finish in these. Always pick yourself up a couple extras of these. I had Dan get 3 of them. They're going to get mucked up and you want to be able to dunk them in water and rinse, and you don't want to spend the time waiting for them to dry and get reset. So you want to have a couple on backup. Another real important thing we got here, it's kind of a cool gizmo that we got. It's a corner roller. Unlike the ones that they sell at Home Depot or some stores, this comes from a professional contractor. It's a 3/4 nap. And what we're going to do is we're going to be running this with texture on it into the corner, and it'll give me a base start to start with the roller and then to flow down. Alright, we have a 7-inch skinny roller that's going to bounce some corners real good. And then we're going to go with a 9-inch corner, 9-inch 3/4 nap roller to roll the stuff on the walls. The nap is already in the product. And I'm using a large pan because I don't want the product to set up in the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket too easy. This will keep it from moving. And Dan has chosen Protect Sand Float Finish. I'm going to do a try-on here on a small piece of board. Dan's got a piece of board there, piece of drywall. Always do a try-on first, especially if you're trying to match something. You want to see what you're doing before you start putting stuff on somebody's walls. And we got an extra little 5-gallon bucket of paint that he had left over from doing his apartments. And we're going to get set up and do a try. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started. We have our setups ready. I used the 18-inch pan, like I said, to give more of a flow. I have my corner roller in a bucket that's going to take care of our corners. In my bristle brush, the bottom of the bucket that I've been setting the bristle in, it's got just a little bit of water, just enough to break those bristles in so that they don't drag way too much. You want to start in the most inconspicuous place, and Dan's chosen this corner, which is pretty obvious in his basement here, that this is the most inconspicuous space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here, cut the ceiling in, up to the soffit line, and then I'm going to start rolling these walls out and doing my texture finish. Normally I'd start up on the ceiling, but because I just blended all my texture together, I want to make sure that I got a good blend, and this is in the corner. If we have to adjust, we can adjust accordingly. So Dan's going to take the camera, and I'm going to do the initial setup and get it. Alright, so I'm going to start up in the corner with the big monster roller, and it's going to get a big flop texture up in there. I'm really not too concerned about how flopped it is up in the corner, because when I do my swirl, I pull that sand that's up in that corner down to me. I try and use the roller out of the corner roller the same way every time, with my steel arm pointing down, and at least I'm consistent when I come through. And give her a back rub. And sometimes you get some up the side, get some sausage lines up the side, and that's okay. Just lay it out the side of your roller here. Alright. I'm going to come up the side of this soffit just a little bit to make the wall next time easier. Halfway up to the tape joint, and I'm not worried about an overlap or a shadow here after the fact. Okay, nice quick release. Make sure you relax your handle again and safety glasses. Safety first when you're doing this stuff. I'm going to take the weenie roller next, and in the corner where it didn't get, don't want to be real graceful. Don't want to be too sloppy about it. Just kind of dab it up in there. It'll give you a nice build. And if you see any high spots that need, you definitely come down, run them down. Top here. With a little bit, just doing a little bit of cutting in with it. Alright. Alright, so what I want to do next is I want to start with like a 3 foot by 4 foot section. So it's going to start right here in this corner of the wall here. I'll roll this out, and then I'll start with my swirl and bring it down and blend into what's over on the wall. And optimally, that's the way it's going to go. We took a couple and 3/4 of sand texture additive, and put it in with the texture that Dan had purchased. We found that it wasn't quite heavy enough to match the old stuff. So again, I'm going to put her on, and I'm not going to be too anal about it. I want to make sure she covers. Take her up to as high up to the ceiling line as I can. You have to be able to keep a wet edge when you're doing this. So here in about 5 minutes after I show you how I'm setting this up, Dan's going to be taking the stick and he's going to roll ahead of me, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the hand swirl finish thing. Okay, so I got about a 3 foot by 7 foot roll out. These ceilings are actually pretty low. And then all I want to do is I want to take my texture brush, and all you're trying to do is create a horseshoe and bring them down. And it doesn't have, and you want it totally random. Come up your bottoms. And I'm just bringing in the sides. Take it all the way down, and it just stays cutting in. And now it just gets fun because you're just overlapping, you're swirling. No rhyme or reason really. Double back, we'll work your way down so that you can try and cover your last swirl. And I'm taking it into the other texture. It's starting to get dry pretty quick, so that's why I'm just kind of showing you right now. Dan will be on the mop here in just a few minutes. And like I said, I'm just doing a horseshoe and overlapping. You don't want to see the overlaps. If you got to come back up, you can still move this stuff around. It's got a good 10 or 15 minutes that you can work with it.